Hey guys, it's me Delta One here with God's Airsofters, and today I'm going to be explaining why I prefer the AK lines as opposed to the M4s. I've gotten so many comments about it saying, I'm tired of AKs, I'm tired of this, then unsubscribe and don't watch my channel, because I don't like M4s. And I'm going to explain the reasons why, and I don't really want to start any arguments. This is my opinion, and some of these are facts. These are facts that I'm going to give you. So, I don't want to hear any nonsense. I don't want to hear any back talk about the facts, because they're facts. So, first reason is the M4, I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like the fact that the pistol grip isn't mounted to the gearbox, it just creates less precision in terms of the motor. It can move, it can wobble back and forth. I don't like that. I need to know that everything is set up perfectly. That's me. That's also a fact is a V3 has got a more stable motor mount than a V2, because there are no motor mounts on a V2. So, one other reason I like the AK is because I kind of have really kind of odd-shaped hands, and the pistol grips on M4s don't fit me as well. Now, this is my hybrid JG Custom, which is modeled after a Krebs AK, has these tactical grips. Now, you may say, well, you just buy another tactical grip for your M4. I don't. You're missing the point. No motor cage. I've got a PSG-1 pistol grip, which is okay, but, you know, I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of the pistol grips that they have for the AR. I've tried a few of them, didn't really like them, didn't really want me to put any more effort into getting them. Now, you may also be saying, well, the M4 has more tactical options. You do not need any more rails than what this has to offer. One of the reasons I like Russian weapons is because there is no need for a tactical rail, which is less weight, and it's also not as, sometimes tactical rails can be awkward, that I find. And you know what, I don't like the Delta Ring system because it can move, they're easier to wobble, and yes, you may say, well, buy a high-end gun. Even some of the VFCs that I've worked with have had a little bit of wobble in them, which is kind of disappointing because VFC is one of the best companies, period. Now, you say, well, get different AR ring, whatever. Well, I don't want to have to do that. I can buy an AK, and it won't do that. There is no wobble, no matter what, because of the way that this is designed. There's no wobble in here. It's fine. And this rail system is perfect because it's flush with the gun. The ARs aren't flush with the gun. They're wider than the receiver. I find that to be a little awkward when holding, and they're just bulky. This is perfect. Now, there are some tactical AKs out there that have really bulky handguards. Now, another thing, you may be like, well, AKs don't have a lot of stock variants like the M4 does. Okay, a retractable stock is a retractable stock. You get a crane stock, you have a battery back there. That's cool, and they are a little bit comfortable, I will admit that. But now I gotta go buy a special battery. Because all I run is LiPos. And if I have to go buy a special LiPo that is an Airsoft brand LiPo, I'm not gonna buy it, because I find that Airsoft brand LiPos suck. I buy RC car LiPos, such as these. They're like $7, and they last longer, they're better, and they're meant to run continuously. So, that's another thing. Then you got all your little sniper stocks. You're taking an AR and trying to make it a sniper rifle. It's not designed for it. Don't do it. It's just, no. There's specific guns designed to be snipers. Use one of those. You know, and then there's the fact that, well, you can't take an AK and swap receivers. Yes, I can. If I have a TM receiver, I can swap it. It takes a little more time, but you know what? It's a little bit more durable. There's going to be no wobble. So, moving on, I don't like buffer tubes. Buffer tubes are stupid, especially if you have an Aries, because it's not screwed into the back of the gearbox. So if you push down on it too hard, it will snap the gun. It's simple as that. And basically one of the other main reasons that I like AKs is because they're a lot more durable. Now you may say the AK sights suck. Here's a Krebs AK. It has basically M16 sights. Now, another reason why I don't like M4s is their hop-up units. Not a fan of them. They're a little bit more of a pain in the butt to work with. An AK hop-up unit's pretty basic, straightforward, and simple. Now, the argument that's going to be thrown at him, well, all you have to do is do a little work You don't have to do a little work to an AK. For the mass majority, any combat machine that I've messed with has had all sorts of problems. And I'm not trying to point out, hey, the AKs don't have... AKs do have problems. Some of the TM1s have stock problems, where they wiggle. But you can go in there with Loctite and fix it with a screw. Now, one of the things I've found is I've only found one AR stock that goes on a buffer tube that has no wobble without modifications. And that was some weird Chinese brand on a matrix. So, I don't know. Now you may be saying, they don't have a lot of accessories for an AK. They have plenty of accessories. Because see, the accessories that are made for the AK are meant for it how it is to be used. Because see, with an AK, you're not supposed to go like this. Because it's not an M4. And this is not a good way to shoot your gun. Because you're blocking your sights, kind of. Depends on how you hold it. But, and I do agree with you, AK sights suck. But for Airsoft, it doesn't really matter. Because with one of my RPKs, all I need is this front prong system. And I can hit whatever I need to hit. And to be honest, there's really no reason to have a zooming optic for a assault rifle. Because half the time, you just sit there and go, pfft. Okay, my BBs are in that general direction. There's no reason to have scope. I mean, if you just want to see where your BBs are going, I can see that, but even then, I don't run optics. I would like to have an optic, but I don't see a reason. Now, you may be saying, optics for AKs are a little bit harder to get. I have a Picatinny rail here. Now, I'm not a fan of tacticalizing an AK, but this is how you would properly do it, and this flash hider is for funsies. But yes, I will agree with you. The optics are a little bit more different. Half the time you have to get a side rail and it's too high up. I agree with you. That is one fault to an AK. So proper optics are expensive, hard to get, or putting a red dot on it just makes it awkward, etc., etc. Yes, this is true. Now you may be complaining that the stock is too short. Well, if you notice and you watch some videos of like any Russian soldier, they don't go like this. They go like this because they keep it in close. And, I'm a big guy. I have big arms. And, I would much prefer to have my arm in closer just because. That's how Russians do it. And you may call me a communist. I'm no communist. I like the Russian way. Simplicity. It's going to work. That's what you want. So, that. Now let's move on to magazines. There is no physical way that you can possibly pull this mag out without breaking. I could pull an M4 mag out of a gun, no problem. You have a lot higher possibilities of your mag accidentally coming out on an AR or any M4 system stuff. That I don't like. I want to know when I put my mag in that I'm going to hear that satisfying not coming out. So I like that. I prefer that. But yeah. Now you may say, well, maybe slings and stuff, I'm on 1 point. I'm not complaining. Now another thing is that I like about the AKs is the magazines. The standard magazine is 600 rounds. Now, I like high caps, so this part of the argument is just, helps in me, and is a very debatable subject, but the 600 rounds is better for me. I like that. I don't know if they make 180 round AK mid-caps, but I guess the M4 has advantage there, but I'm pretty sure you could squeeze 180 rounds into a mid-cap for an AK. So, that's one thing right there. Now, another bonus to having an AK is the barrel length, which helps with your groupings. Is a little bit longer than your standard ARs. ARs are typically around 300 to 363. This has a 455. In an AK-74, sometimes they have 509s and right around 500s. So, right there you instantly have it's going to be more accurate. But, out of the box. Now I'm going to have people sit here and tell me, well, my blah blah blah, I'm shooting like 300 feet. So what mods did you do to it? That's what I want to know. Also, internally, here's a big one. The AK gearbox is more durable. I don't want to hear any more. No, it's not. It is. 100% better, durability-wise. It's going to be more reliable. So, yes. One of the reasons is, I don't know whose idea it was to put the wires inside of an M4 gearbox. That's stupid. I don't know why they decided to do that. Front end of the gearbox is very weak. If you don't put a sorbethane pad, it will break over time. I've never met a person who's broken a shell on a V3. I've got a friend that it bent, like it physically warped over time, but that was after 1.8 million rounds. 1.8 million. The only V2s that are going to be durable are like Pro-Win gearboxes, but those cost like $300-400 used. You know, true CNC, aircraft aluminum, you know, that type of stuff. Yes. But see, another comment I've gotten is, well, all you have to do is do a little bit of work. You don't have to do a little bit of work to an AK. It will work. It is a workhorse. It will do the job. This is why I like it. Now, you may be saying, well, blah, 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 I don't like an AK. Then you don't like an AK. That's fine. But don't force your M4 down my throat. And the Beta Project AK doesn't count. Throwing it out there. But yeah, the reason I like my AKs and RPKs is because they've done me well, they're reliable, they're accurate, they do what I need it to do. ARs won't. They just won't without a ridiculous amount of work. You know, and plus, one of the another things is short time motors can run a little tad bit faster. So all you AR people have a slower motor, but we're talking minuscule. Minuscule. So that's pretty much it on my video, and yes, you can customize an AK. You can. It requires work. You can do that. You can customize an AR. That requires work too. You have to change this out. But I like my AKs. I think they're better than ARs. They are. For Airsoft, they are 100% better. You can disagree with me all day long, but, you know, my gun's going to do what I need it to do, and then some. And my gun will work. So, that is my opinion, but I don't want to hear any back talk, because I'm not being, like, communist on this one. I'm being socialist. I'm just saying I like my AKs because they do what I need them to do. So, that is just a little video for y'all. I don't know how long this is, but guys, I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching, and life is good.